Back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the G.I.JOE Classified Cobra Python Patrol Cobra Officer. This is the packaging that it comes in. This is a Target exclusive, retails for $24.99. For the cool looking packaging, I do like the artwork. I think it looks great. The gun almost looks like it's gray in his hand, but black on the accessory picture. Interesting. Here's the back of the box. This is number 97 in the series. There's a figure, all of our accessories. Some nice little bullet points there that shows some of the features of this cool looking figure. In the bottom of the box is stuff no one cares about. Side of the box. Here's the other side of the box. Now the artwork is definitely getting something everybody appreciates, so I think that looks pretty good myself. There's the top of the box. There's the bottom of the box. And there's UPC. Helps you track it down at Target. And here he is outside the packaging. Looks pretty good. I like the overall aesthetic with the black. And we have the splashes of green and yellow throughout with a little bit of red. That really makes the figure pop. I think if you're going to pick one of the figures out of Python Patrol to have a realistic style trooper, this would be the one. It won't have big flamboyant yellow. And it's like a big target on you in the field. Alright, so let's start taking a look at the head. What's really cool about these, if you want to army build these, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you could do. I'm not doing that. I want a small Python Patrol strike team of the original 6, so that's all I'm doing. I have other plans for other army building, so, you know, plan accordingly, right guys? So this head, we get the African American one with a very nice looking wrap around the lower jaw, nose area, goes all the way around. Get that green there on this side, looks pretty good. I think this gives me more of a trooper vibe. So he comes with these goggles. They're like a, vertical style lens. That red's like sliced down the middle. They fit over, so you could have this figure as a trooper. And I'll show you the helmet, but with or without the helmet. You can put this on, obviously without the helmet. And then here's this helmet for both head sculpts. With the light gray, the darker gray in the front. Then we have the pattern on the side all the way around. Looks pretty good. So that could be like, there's 3 options right there for you. If you want to have, if you're going to army build this, you want just a little bit of diversity in your figures. And overall aesthetic looks. Let's see if I can get this off. While we have this off, here's that neck joint. It goes around 360 if you can get a hold of it. And there's a little bit of movement back and forth and side to side. And then here's obviously that ball joint that the head sits on. Here's an alternate head. This is our Caucasian version. He has just a red on the front of the mask. He's obviously has blue eyes. He's looking pretty mean. Totally different head sculpt from this figure head sculpt here. This kind of gives me the officer impression versus this one being the trooper, because of the way the mask is designed, in my opinion. Looks pretty good. And then he has that sculpting down the center. It's pretty cool. And then you can here's some other options for you. With this style of mask, obviously you're hiding the face when you put the goggles on. So regardless of what they look like, the goggles pretty much cover the skin or the eye socket of the balaclava mask. And then you have the different style red there in the front. You have that, and then you can put a helmet on like so, if you want that option. And that looks pretty good too. So whatever you choose to do, you have options, so that's good. So let's just throw this helmet on just for fun, because I don't know if I can change that back out. Yeah, so the articulation, he has that back and forth all the way around 360, get the side to side motion, and then up and down. The hat fits very snug, so it's not going to fall off. Pretty cool. Overall, I love the green vest over the black clothing. Looks very cool with the yellow line work here. Some type of buckle or something there. Here on here we have like an armor vest or plate done in like a dark gray, the Cobra insignia in red. We have some pouches here with the dark, 2 splashes of darker green. I think it's only used only here, so that's really cool that they only use that dark green just very lightly. And then his arms, here we have the gray gloves, and we have this is the part from what that Cobra Island, was it the officer or trooper? I think they screwed that up too. This is very nice. We have the Predator Patrol logo over the yellow, over the green, and then the same here with the insignia. Nice tone of color there. Makes that pop out real nice. Pretty nice looking figure so far. So for the arms, they do rotate 360. They do raise up. They're both the same, so you can get a T-pose out of them. Then they have the bicep 360 double jointed elbow. Looks very good. Now what's interesting about this figure, it has glove articulation here. So you can rotate that. I like mine on the side. It gives it that pointy evil look. You can put it on the back if you so desire, or in the front, whatever you would like to have. The hands joint go in and out like this, and then all the way around 360. The joints actually feel pretty good, believe it or not. They feel nicely toleranced for once. He has the chest articulation. He can go forward and back. A little hindered forward because of his pouches. And then his rotation at the waist, which is very stiff, and I don't like doing that because it doesn't seem to, I get a bad feeling for it. So this belt is very unique. Like I said, it has that darker green. We have the lighter green pouches, and the yellow belt itself. We have a place for a pistol, place for a clip, place for a scope, which is very nicely used utility belt. And yellow there, black pants. Very cool. Thigh pad, I guess, with the nice sleeve. We have the green knee pads with the yellow line work. Very cool. Gray boots. A little silver buckle right there. Like I said, that little bit of paint goes a long way. The legs, he can sit very nicely, 90 degrees. So what we want for a vehicle. Put him in your Cobra flight pod. Drop down hips. Splits. And then die cut 360. Double jointed knees. It's good. And then his feet kind of stuck. There's a joint there. They do pivot down, but I might have to heat mine a little bit and then up a little bit, and then obviously around the ankle. And there's a boot cut. So all the articulation is there for most of your standard classified figure, except for the, I just remember if the glove was an issue before. And I forgot about the butterfly joints, so that's good. So overall, he looks very good. Not so flamboyant, this guy. So it's the back of him. There's the side of him. There's the front. Other side. Top. Bottom. Very cool. Alright, so it comes with a red knife. Very cool. I like the red. And then the silver blade. He can hold it relatively nicely. There's no alternate hands, but these get the job done. I don't really care too much about a bunch of hands anyway. Can hold that. And what really is nice is a place to keep it. And with the color against the back of the black, that looks fantastic. I'm going to get his hands out the way while we do this, while we gear him up, okay? So here we have his pistol. It is a drill barrel for blast effects, smoke effects, whatever millimeter that is for all your different style of blast effects. He holds that quite well. The hand tolerances for the fingers are pretty on point. I don't have any issues with that. And then you can keep his pistol right here. It's kind of high up. This belt keeps wanting to raise. You got to pull it down, and you can get your gun in there. Kind of protrudes through. Pretty cool. So that right there from the front looks fantastic with the pistol and the knife. That knife really stands out. All right. so getting to some of the issues. First off, know that there's two different size. Get two clips. Know there's two different size clips. I want to line these up, right? And the smaller and a bigger one. And know that even though that looks like a round, maybe, this is the end. These go inside your guns. Alright, so before we stick that clip in, I gotta show you something that you're probably not gonna like. So you get this piece here, goes in the back of the figure. If you decide you want to use this case for this gun, you can't. Because if you do that, it can't go no farther than this way. Because if you shove it in, look, that gets bent all the way down and you're going to break it eventually, or even get plastic stress on the scopes there. So that's unfortunate. But here's the small submachine gun. Looks cool, draw a barrel, and then you want to use your measure up, get your smaller of the two clips. And I'm pretty sure from old school weapons, this is meant to go to the curve in the front. See how that works like that? Looks pretty good. So for me, it's kind of disappointing because I wanted to keep my assault rifle with my figure and my second. This is considered my secondary, and I want to have it stored separately. Also, this hole is a pain because this is a soft plastic case and peg. It's so hard if you don't have that perfectly lined up. That's a pain to get in there, as you can see. Okay, so there you have the backpack attached that you cannot use for your submachine gun. So that's definitely irritating. Alright, so for the assault rifle, we've seen here's the assault rifle here. Like it has a green handle, that gives it ownership. This is pretty cool. And you can actually use it for this gun for the most part. Kind of like that. If you would like to do that. It doesn't sit in there very well. I don't recommend pushing down on it because you're going to bend something. Just before you put the assault rifle together, there's a place to keep your scope and your extra clip on the figure. So let's see if we can get that in there. Like so. And then the clip, the scope can go inside the actual pocket. And then you pretty much can store all your weapons and stuff the element in the head. And then depending on if you use the goggles or not, you can actually have it on the person. The goggles do not fit over the helmet. Something I wanted to show you and I totally forgot. If you try to do it, you may heat them up and stretch them out, but I don't think that's a good idea. It fits snugly on the head, and these are huge different diameter for the helmets, so that is what it is for that. So let me get this gear off our trooper here, officer. Hasbro can't keep nothing straight, so don't know if it's a trooper or an officer half the time. So again, this is the outside, goes in here, and then you got your flashlight. I think is this considered a scope? I think it's a flashlight because it sits on the side, kind of like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Some type of device. I'm going with flashlight. A little bit yellow on there would be nice. Looks pretty good. So you have options here with your troopers, with a couple different versions of the guns. You know, the assault rifle, the secondary, and then your pistol and knife. However you want to load them out, it's completely up to you. If you go this way, there's really nowhere to keep this. Obviously, you can put the clip in the case, but the gun, yeah, I don't recommend. You're going to bend these sights. So, all right, guys, there he is. Here is a nice comparison with our buddy here. He's been hanging out from my last review. Attila Vapor. Don't forget to check out that review. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about everything we talked about. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And we'll see you in our next review.